Hello again. Let's do some more Gukesh games here. And I decided to do a game. Anton Demchenko against Gukesh. This is 1 year later, 2019. So Gukesh is 13 now, and he's already a Grandmaster, of course. They are playing in a tournament in Asia here in Chi Minh City, which I believe is Saigon renamed in Vietnam. And is playing black here. Let's also read a little bit about Gukesh here on the Wikipedia page. So this here is Gukesh. I don't know what this sign above the is some Indian kind of sign, what kind of caste you are or something like this. This dot he has above his. I don't really understand that one, but it's something that some Indian people has. I don't really know that sign. So he's born in Chennai. See, it's located here apparently. This is Chennai, a big city. It was known as Madras before, and it's a big city, 9 million people. We have some, and he is his father and mother, they were physicians, so they are for Indian standards, they are wealthy for Indian standards. So that's made it possible for him to play a lot of chess tournaments. Because of course, because same for me, it's extremely expensive to play chess. So if your parents doesn't pay for you, it's just hard to get good if your parent doesn't play for your chess in the beginning. So he learned the chess at 7. It's relatively late, but it's fine. So here, when he was 9, when he was 7, he started to practice 1 hour 3 days a week. And of course he won a lot of youth tournaments and like that. And he got international master at 2007 and 2019 at age of 12. So he's already a Grandmaster in the game we will look at when he's playing against Anton Demchenko. And India won Olympiad gold medal. He was playing both 2022 and also 2024, of course. India won gold both times, even if USA, I think they had high rating, but India won both times. And here in 2022, so only 3 years after he got Grandmaster, he managed to go over 27 at the age of 16, yeah. And he was the 3rd youngest player to go over 27 after VIE and Firusha. And here he became the youngest player to reach 2750, and he qualified for the candidates in this spot, which is known as the FIDE circuit, which is basically lots of different kind of tournaments, maybe all different tournaments, and if you have like 5 good tournaments. So for example, when I saw him play in Malmö in Sweden, that was one of the time. I think he got 2nd there after Peter Svidler, and then he got points for this FIDE circuit, and he probably won some other tournaments also. I haven't looked at those games yet. So it says that he was second place after Caruana, but Caruana of course had already qualified because he won the World Cup that year. So he became the third youngest player to play in a candidate apparently, after Magnus and Fischer. I'm not so sure if this is correct actually. I don't think Magnus played that young, but whatever. I don't think that's correct. And I think Gukesh probably the youngest here. Gukesh, but of course the big thing is this candidate tournament that he won. Let's see here. We will, of course, this is the big success here. It was a little bit of a surprise when you see these good players. Nepomniachtchi, who was runner-up, lost the last World Championship match. He got a free spot. Pragananda, top 3 finishers at the World Cup. Magnus won that tournament, of course, but he withdrawn. And Pragananda, Fabian, and Abbasov also got here. And we have the Grand Swiss, Vidit and Nakamura, and second place of the highest place of the FIDE circuit, that's Gukesh, and highest rating. It was like this kind of thing here where Alireza Firouzja hadn't played many games. He had to play like so many games last month to be eligible to qualify by rating. It was actually the same thing for Liren when he became world champion, that he haven't played any games, but then because he has the highest rating he wanted to play games, so he had to play like lots of tournament last month to qualify for the candidates, and then Liren won, of course. And so this is the road, and of course we can see how Gukesh won that tournament, of course, so he got the chance to play title match against Liren, which will start in the middle of November. So I will play in the European Club Cup, where Gukesh for sure also will play. I imagine that, and maybe not because it's playing the World Championship. And then after that, it's just like two weeks later, it's World Championship. So that will be fun if I can see him play live in the European Club Cup. Maybe get the chance. I will be on the last board for our team, so I have no chance to play, but maybe we could play his team if we are doing good. Okay, so this is short because he has such a short career. There is just not so much to show here, but it's obviously extremely talented player. So let's look at this game that I have chosen. He's playing against Alexander Demchenko. I don't know, but it's Eastern Europe somewhere. Demchenko, maybe Russian, I don't know. And it's 2678. I don't know him, but he's, of course, if he's Russian and 2678 is good player basically. So interestingly, White plays the closed Sicilian here. Gukesh makes, in my opinion, quite an interesting move here. More common here is instead of this one to maybe play g6, bishop g7. He played the accelerated dragon against Pragananda here in game 1, so that would be something that he for sure could play, but instead he plays this, which is quite interesting. Maybe I should try that also sometimes. Yeah, that looks interesting. And e6 here, something like this. And here, interestingly, I think this looks like a pawn sacrifice. b3 looks like a pawn sacrifice. Let's see, or maybe queen b6 winning it back here. No, it's a pawn sacrifice actually. Yeah, it's apparently a pawn sacrifice. Okay, because now he threatens maybe to take here and then take here, or maybe knight here first. So d3 and then okay, so it's a pawn sacrifice. That's a bit interesting. it's not so easy for white to develop the pieces actually. Yeah, black has some. Apparently, black has enough compensation for the pawn. It looks like no compensation at all for me, but apparently it's compensation. So that's pretty interesting. It's probably analyzed because it's such a non-standard move here, but the computer likes it. So white didn't take it, so maybe he also had analyzed it with computers. No, we got a little bit non-standard position here, but it's quite interesting. It's interesting also that white takes. Yeah, maybe that's fine, I don't know. Now with all this trade, it feels like maybe worst is over for black. But yeah, white has some potential here. White is probably a bit better. Some potential for f5 and bishop here maybe, even without. And this pawn, I don't know, I'm not so sure about this here, because sometimes it can also become a weakness, but it might be a strength. So apparently black should open the position here with d5, correct move. Then f5. He should take here. White takes back. So, well, some other moves were possible, but it doesn't seem to be such a big difference, maybe. It's a little bit funny that he wants to go here. Please take my rook. But then it's too weak here. He went here instead. Okay, so computer prefers this trade. Yeah, there is some point to keeping it here maybe. Yeah, quite a complex position here. How to see what's best. So he traded like this instead. This was not so good because of a4, and there is some tactics here. Okay, so the problem is that this rook is defending here, and if he goes here, then it can be like threatened, like. So basically, he has to take here, but then it's not good to take here anyway, because this bishop and this passer and this pawn can be weak. This is just winning for black apparently, so it takes back. And here he plays a move that the computer likes. Yeah, if he goes back here, then this one is just winning for. This is just winning for white, losing at least a piece here. So he has to go here. No, it looks kinda good for white. White has 2 points more. He has rook for a bishop. Of course, now black's king is quite. It's actually very safe here, and there are some possibilities for black. This is a pass, or maybe this one could get good if he wins this one. Maybe queen here, something with the rook. But if white just managed to trade queens, or maybe trade the rook, then I think it's just. I think it's game over. I think it's just winning for white then. So if white just plays carefully here, he should be able to win. And the computer likes to play a non-standard move here. Let's look at this. He wants to give a pawn here by playing like this. Threatening to take, of course, so has to move the king. And then trying to advance something like this to yeah, this bishop was very strong here. Why can't he go here? because of this apparently. Okay. Yeah, it's mate anyway. Tactical problems for Gukesh here. Okay, so white should play. White didn't see, he didn't understand that he should play forcefully here f6 and take control over the dark squares and driving back black's bishop. It's easy when you see it, but it's just not, it's non-standard, so it's not easy for a human to see that. He tries the same things but in a worse way. He does rook c5 instead, and the obvious problem is what Gukesh plays. If he would go back like, then it's just, of course, just winning for white. So yeah, but he can play this one, and now if he takes, then he's losing the rook, of course, here, and take here. So he has to do that, but black can check, so he doesn't lose a piece. Okay, bishop takes here. Yeah, that looks right. Now black has two passers. Maybe he can maybe can take one of them, but he still has computer still likes white, but black has decent practical chances here with a strong bishop and a passer for the exchange. So apparently bishop c3 was better here. Why? Yeah, it can't be taken anyway because of this. Yeah. Yeah, now it can be e5 can drive it back, so it would have been better to keep it active here. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. The computer doesn't like queen b5 so much. It gives up the e3 square. It's still fine, but it's not the most exact thing here. Something like this, and trying to maybe take the. This looks okay. Then you can check here. So then correct this, and now it's safe here. This pawn can't do anything. White is winning. But he didn't see that. He played that, and after queen e3, maybe some practical chances here. He went back, and he went back also. Would have been better to go here. It looks a little bit more active, of course. Yeah, looks more active. Okay, and then instead of h4, he played a5, which it was not good because he needed to have the rook protected here on b5 with the pawns. It's positionally a bad move here. And now it's already some problems here. Like rook d8 is a threat sometimes. Bishop here is also a threat. Then take a queen and then win on d5. That's a threat. So he has to move the king here. And he checked. Should have played h5 apparently. Yeah, it's in many lines it's good to get Luft for the king here. So now he went back, but he should have gone here instead. Yeah, it's actually quite safe here. Like even if he checks here, that's just not like it can never be anything. Use this bishop and this queen here, of course. So black of course is happy with a draw. So now white does the correct thing, he goes here. He goes here. This is still, they're playing good here, but it's of course it's good for white here. So soon white must blunder because black won this, and I saw it was quite an epic finish. So yeah, maybe this one try to I kind of like this a little bit more, maybe to not let the white king go back. Sometimes maybe h5 or maybe g6 and a5 or something like that could be something. But instead he checked here, played like this. Yeah, now he had a chance to take this pawn. That was probably correct if he can to get another passer here. This also looks a little bit wrong to be here. e6 is correct. And now black can never take because of checks and stuff. So here apparently white is making a blunder here. He took the rook. The winning move was here. That needs to take here, of course. Maybe try something like this. Maybe he can just go here and then maybe here and take here, maybe something like that. Or maybe just have the king block here and then take this pawn and win with a pawn maybe. Or king here and then rook here and rook here. Lots of ways to win for white here, I think. So let's see what happens. He took. Now it's a race here. Apparently it's still good for white, but white can no longer stop black king's extra queen. White will also get a queen, of course, but so let's see what happens. He is going here and queening here. The alternative was to take here. And he has to take back. If he takes a queen, then it's checkmate like this. Let's just look at this. Take. Now it's threatening queen, so he has to go here. Check. And it's apparently equal here. Yeah, black has some good chances for drawing checks or getting a new queen here. Let's see exactly how it goes. Now we can win the rook here. Okay, then it's perpetual checks here. I see. So e7 is the correct winning try for white. Black should check. That's the correct move. And now we can see here white makes losing mistakes here. King h3. Correct was this. Then queen. Now white threatens mate, so black has to take here. He can do that because this one is pinned. White should apparently check. And best is to trade a queen here. this. Yeah, white is 1 point up. He has two rook for pawn and bishop and has good winning chances here. So that was the correct way to play for white. Let's see here, if he would have gone here, then take here, queen. Okay, now this is interesting. If he takes a queen here, it's checkmate. That's interesting. And so the correct move here is actually to sack your queen and then take this one, so you don't have to get checkmated. And apparently this one is a draw. Black is a pawn up, but it's theoretical, at least like it's a draw. Correct play here for white. Okay, but king h3 was a losing move here, and it's a losing move because black can take a queen and white takes a queen, and now it's forced checkmate here. Yeah, that's a nice move. Do you see it? Black checks here. If he takes, it's mating 1. If he goes here, here, and checkmate. That's nice. Nice play by Gukesh. A bit lucky here that white tried to win too hard on black 1 instead, but it's good fighting play. Typical fighting complicated style, long end games, often new queens sacrificing queens. He's an entertaining player, Gukesh, because he's always playing very long games. It's no like quick draws. It's always very long games, I think. So and that's also a high mark of a young player, that they love chess. They want to play as many moves as possible. Very good game here by Gukesh.